We're here with Milana Knowles. Milana, tell me what clean beauty means in general to the general public.
There are many perceptions in the marketplace. I think that especially the younger generation is really looking for something that is clean, that is sustainable, that is healthy. But when you get up there in age, there may be, with some consumers, a misconception that clean beauty is something that is good for you, but it does not necessarily work with anti-aging or improving your skin, or improving it to the degree that a consumers would like to see.
And so you've been involved today with a lot of the conversations around clean beauty and cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this such an important subject?
It's an important subject because I think that there's a lot of confusion. There are not really definitive guidelines, and I think that cancer patients, to begin with, they're dealing with a lot, and they're seeing a lot of changes in their bodies, in their skin. And there needs to be some consensus on what can make a positive difference in their lives through the therapy they're undergoing, making it less scary and affecting them emotionally in a lesser way.
So, I think most people know that the skin is impacted by many of the cancer treatments. So help me understand, why do some of the skincare brands, why do they not get involved in this issue?
It's not that skincare brands, in my opinion, do not care and wouldn't want to. The market, unfortunately, is large enough for them to consider it. I feel that there's some challenges when it comes to legal issues. Large cosmetic companies are already dealing with a lot of litigious consumers out there that are trying to make an easy buck, saying you claim this or that and you didn't deliver on it. Imagine if you are dealing with a consumer that already has a compromised immune system and already has negative side effects. You have to be really careful of what you're recommending and what you're claiming, and I think that from that perspective, they're very, very reluctant to put their money and focus and pay attention to that market.
But there is a way that they can still allow their estheticians to know which products would be a more appropriate choice, and maybe telling people to patch test or something like that, versus coming out and saying these are our oncology, or these are the products that are proven to work.
Right, and yes, small steps, and that's why we're here, to figure out the way of how can we make it more consumer friendly. That being said, not everybody goes to spas.
Right.
Large or vast consumer segments are not going to the spas. What they are doing is going to a drugstore or maybe department store if they have the means, and they're speaking to a beauty advisor. They're speaking to a salesperson, a consultant that really doesn't know how to speak to a person that is not whole at that moment, that is dealing with a challenge that cancer is, much less of what they recommend or what they should be, what is going to make a difference.
So that's an opportunity for us to
Huge
be able to reach a little bit more, maybe mass market or through retail.
Absolutely. There is space for education, of course, within the spa world, and I think it will be easier to start there because people are into wellness and they understand it better. But the largest opportunity to reach a mass market and a lot of people, I think, is through educating on a wider platform.
And any key takeaways from this morning's roundtable that were insightful for you?
I find that every survivor is emotional. Every survivor has a different story. We're all unique. We all approach it differently, deal with it differently, and hopefully win over it differently. But I think just like the battle, the solution and prescription for everyone is and needs to be customized.
And I think this is a really important point, that we don't blanket individuals touched by cancer as a demographic or a group of people with similar skins, because everybody is different. So there's not going to be these 3 products are going to be appropriate for every single person.
True, and we were talking about it this morning. Sometimes you can be sensitive even to the most natural ingredient in a product. If used too much, or your body is not dealing with that ingredient properly. That's why, to your point, it's important to patch test. It's important to understand that we all need hydration. So let's start there, right? Something soothing and hydrating, it's going to make a difference. So let's start small, and then through education and through expanding the caring or community of caretakers, share the knowledge and reach as far as we can.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.